Hey y'all, today I'm here to share with you my beauty best and worst for the year 2012. I know the year is not quite over yet, but I really want to get this up because Christmas is coming and I plan on spending time with my friends and family, and I'm sure you'll be doing the same, so I won't be blogging much and I'm sure you probably won't even be watching much. So these are the products that I've used for most of the year, or if I didn't like it, I'm sure I didn't use it very long, but some of these you may have seen from my previous favorites video, but some you may not have seen because I might have just failed to mention it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I have quite a few products to show you. So for each category, I'll show you a drugstore and a high-end version if I have one, and then I'll show you if there was a worse product in that category as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The first category I have is foundation. So this year I really enjoyed the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I'm in the shade C6, and this foundation just makes my skin look luminous. It makes it look really healthy but not too oily. It does get kind of oily throughout the day after about 5 hours, but that's something I can deal with. I do have a full review on this foundation on my blog, so I'll link that down below if you're interested. But I'm really glad I discovered this foundation this year. This has been like my go-to almost everyday foundation since I tried it this summer. My other favorite high-end is Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Foundation. So I really like this one as well because it gives a nice natural finish. It's not as dewy as the L'Oreal, and it lasts all day long. I can take this foundation with me out of town because I know that no matter what I do, it's going to hold up. So I've really been loving this year. Now for worst, I have Revlon Photo Ready Womp Womp Womp. So I do not like this foundation at all, and the main reason for it is that when I put it on, it looks like foundation is on my skin. Like I can see it, and no matter how I blend it, how I apply it, it just looks like something is sitting on my face, and it even accentuates like peach fuzz on my face that I didn't even know I had. So yeah, I've only worn this a few times because I tried to give it a fair chance. Probably worn it about 6-7 times. Yeah, don't like it, hated it. Okay, so next category is setting powder, and I only have a high-end product for this, and it's Matte MSF. And if you've watched any of my video tutorials, you should know this is my favorite. I use it every single day. It's lasted forever. I have drier combination skin, so I don't really need to touch up during the day, but I do use this to set my foundation in the morning. Alright, so next category I have is concealer. So for a drugstore product, I have Revlon Photo Ready. And I love this foundation. It's this, concealer. It's a stick concealer, which makes it easy to apply, but it's really creamy, and it blends really easily. It's a great product if you're just getting into concealer because you can just apply it like this and blend it out with your hand. You don't need a brush or anything like that. And it lasts all day. It doesn't really crease on me. Next up I have a concealer from MAC, and this is Studio Finish, and mine looks kind of busted because I use it so much. But I use this underneath my eyes, and I use it to cover blemishes. It's really good because it covers well. You don't have to use a ton of it. You really only need just a little bit of it, and it's really creamy as well. On me, it will crease a little bit if I don't set it, but if I set it, then I'm fine. So next category is eyeshadow. So for my drugstore best, I have this L'Oreal Hip Duo, and the color is Shady. You can see it's all faded because I use this like every single day almost. 95% of the time I use this. And I use that light shade here as a transition color. And then I use this dark shade in my crease a lot. But mainly I use the light shade. And I love this. I can't even remember what I was using for a transition color before this. I think I was using the Naked palette or something. Speaking of that, for my high-end favorites for eyeshadow, now I know the Naked palette is not new or anything, but I love it. I've used this all year long. I still haven't used up any of my shades. I've had it, I think I got it at the end of last year. So I take this with me every single time I go out of town. And I just think it's so pretty, and you can make a look out of this to fit any occasion. I love it. My other high-end best was this MAC palette, and this is Call Me Bubbles. It's a limited edition palette, and I know this doesn't look neutral, it looks like a bright palette, but really these colors on my skin tone, I can make it really neutral or I can make it pop, and that's what I love about it. I use this pretty much all summer long. I even use it sometimes now, you know, depending on what I'm wearing. Tone down maybe a little bit just because it's fall, but I love it. Alright, so for my worst, number one is this Hard Candy eyeshadow. And I fell for the hype. I saw people talking about these shadows on YouTube and raving about them, but to me, it sucks. Like, yeah, they show up, but it all looks like the same color. Like, let me show you. So on the fingers, they don't look that bad, right? But when I put these on my eyes, they just look like, they just look really shimmery. You can't tell the colors. I've tried it wet, I've tried it dry, and I know they don't swatch horribly, but on the eye, they just don't work, and they don't last long either. And I know these are cheap, so I shouldn't expect too much, but whether it's cheap or expensive, I expect it to make a difference. So my other worst is by Smashbox, and this is a 5 palette purple palette. And what I don't like about this is, I'm not even gonna open it because it's gonna get everywhere, but like as soon as I got this home, immediately this shadow cracked a little bit, and then it fell completely apart. And that was within the first couple of days of me getting this palette. So all the shades in there got messed up. I mean, the colors are okay. They're not horrible, but they're just so crumbly. And other Smashbox shadows I've tried don't feel like this. I don't know what they were doing, but that was a complete waste of my money. Next up is brows. And I forgot one thing. Okay, so for brows, my Beauty Best is the Milani Easy Brow. And I've only had this for about 3 months, but it is hands down my favorite brow pencil. It replaced what I was using before, and since I've been using this one, I never went back to my old ones. Let me show you what mine looks like. It's in dark brown. So that's a pretty dark swatch, but I use it really lightly. So for worst, I have this Milani brow tint pen. At least I'm being fair, right? Got a best and a worst for Milani. So this is supposed to like fill in your brows naturally. I don't know if you can see that, but that's how it swatches. It does absolutely nothing. This is a heavy swatch of it. If I just do one mark, you see that? It's like nothing. And it's not consistent. Like sometimes you'll mark it and get a little bit out. Sometimes you'll mark it and get a lot out. But it does nothing to my brows. It just, I don't know. I don't see the point of it. I thought it would be a nice natural brow pen. Womp womp. Alright, next category is eyeliners. So my Beauty Best were the Rimmel Exaggerate Eye Pencil in black. And I use this pretty much every day to line my upper lash line. My other Beauty Best was the Milani Liquify. And I was using this every day for my upper lash line until I found the Rimmel. And the reason I switched to Rimmel is because the Rimmel really doesn't like transfer up into my crease area like the Milani does. I still love the Milani though for my waterline. It's really black. It looks like liquid liner almost. So I haven't found an eyeliner that was blacker besides Urban Decay Perversion, but for the price, Milani wins it hands down. Mascara. So my beauty best was Maybelline the Falsies mascara. I'm actually out right now, so I don't have it to show you, but I'm sure you've seen it. It comes in a purple container. It's like the size of this, but it's purple. So I know you've seen it before. Everybody's seen it before. But I really like that because it makes my lashes dramatic and it just really makes them stand out, makes them look false. So beauty worst in this category is Maybelline Illegal Length Mascara. So this is one of those false fiber mascaras, and I just got it not too long ago, but I just really hate it. And I usually don't have a huge hate for beauty products when I first get them, but this one, it does nothing. I put it on one eyelash and don't put it on the other, and they look exactly the same. So today I tried to use it again by layering with another mascara, and it's still just like, what is this? Like, huge waste of my money. I don't even know where the fibers are going on my lashes. It doesn't make them look longer. It doesn't make them look thicker. It just sucks. Anyway. So next category is blushes. So my beauty best from the drugstore is this Milani blush, and it's one of their baked blushes. And this is the color Rose d'Oro. And this is a gorgeous shade. It's said to be a dupe for MAC something. I forgot the name, but anyway, let me just show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. It's a really pretty corally orangey shade. And it's just really flattering on my skin tone. So that's a heavy swatch. Ah. There we go. So that's a heavy swatch of it. And you see how pigmented these are? That's what I love about the Milani blushes. They're very pigmented. They're very soft. You can use them wet or dry, but I usually use them dry. And that blends out to just a beautiful glowy color. So I love that. I really don't use that much during the winter or fall, but I killed it during the summer. So my high-end beauty best for blushes is dun, 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 NARS Gina, of course. So I have a review of this blush on my blog. I'll link it down below. But it's a gorgeous tangerine color. And I know it looks like nothing there, right? Kind of looks like nothing, but... And it's probably going to look like nothing when I swatch it. Yeah, kind of looks like nothing there too. But believe me, it is beautiful when I put it on my skin. It just gives me a nice natural glow. It's great for like all skin tones. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's my fave. I wear it almost every day. If I don't know what blush to wear, I go back to this one. So my next category is highlighters. So for a highlighter, my favorite from the drugstore is another Milani baked blush, and this is Bellissimo Bronze. And this could be used as a blush or a bronzer on lighter skin tones, but I prefer to use it as a highlighter. This is what it looks like. So it just gives a nice golden sheen to the skin. You're not gonna be able to see that. Let's see. It's right there. Okay, so you probably can't see that, but it gives a nice golden sheen to the skin. I really loved wearing this during the summer. It just makes me look so tanned and glowy and healthy. And yeah, that's that. My higher end favorite highlighter has been the Balm Mary Luminizer. and it looks like a white color, but it's like a champagne gold. That's how it swatches. I'm running out of space on my hands, y'all. But that's it swatch there. You see how pigmented that is? Of course you would blend it out, but, and I like to apply this to my cheekbones for that extra glowy look, like I always do. So for Beauty Worst, I only have one, and this is from Forever 21. It's a Love and Beauty brand. It's called Illuminator. And when I bought this, I was pretty sure it wasn't gonna work. Yeah, and it doesn't. It just looks like a white, super glittery powder that is not flattering at all. Not on me anyway. So that's that there. Yeah, so I good thing it was only like $3. It wasn't a huge, you know, investment or anything, but I still wanted to work. So next up are bronzers. So my drugstore beauty best is this CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer. Color is Ebony Bronze. I usually use this to contour my cheeks. It looks dark, but I apply it lightly. So, and I really like this because it's really hard for me to find bronzers that actually show up on my skin. So, especially in the drugstore. My high-end bronzer is Cargo Dark Bronzer. Very creative name. That's what it looks like swatch. And this one is slightly shimmery, but I still like to use it to bring like color to my face. I can contour with it too when I want like a subtle contour. It's not overly shimmery, so you really, like when I put it on my face, it's not like I can see sparks of glitter or anything, but it does provide a little bit of luminosity. Next up are primers. So my favorite drugstore primer has been this Monistat Chafe and Relief Gel. And I use this every day. It's silicone base. And if you haven't seen it, it just looks like that. It's like just a gel. Silicone gel. So it just makes my skin feel really smooth, and it helps my makeup stay on longer. For eye primer, my favorite has been Urban Decay Primer Potion Eden. And I like all of the primer potions, but I think I like Eden the best because it makes my eyeshadows pop a little bit more, as opposed to the original one that's completely clear. This one dries to like a beige finish. And then for a base, or you can count it a primer as or a base, or cream eyeshadow really, I've been loving the Maybelline Color Tattoos. And I have almost every shade of these. This is the one I use most, but I love them. I love pretty much all of them. But this one is Bad to the Bronze, and looks like that if you haven't seen it. But this is definitely the one that I've gotten the most use out of. It's a gorgeous color. It's like a taupey bronze color. And I just use I usually use them underneath eyeshadow, but I use them by themselves sometimes too. Okay, so I'm a lip product junkie, so this was really hard. I'm gonna start with lip liners. My favorite have been the NYX lip liners. And I don't have a favorite color or anything, but I do like these because they're inexpensive, but they go on smoothly, creamily, and they're heavily pigmented, so can't beat that. They're like $4 to $5. Okay, for lipstick, my drugstore favorites are both from Rimmel. First one is the Kate Moss collection, number 14. This is what it looks like. And it's just a nice, natural nude, everyday color. A darker nude though. So it's a little bit easy to wear. That's it. And the Rimmel lipsticks kind of have a funny smell to them. They kind of smell like vanilla, but not really. Kind of like fake vanilla. Yeah, they all smell like that. My second favorite is also from Rimmel, and it is Airy Fairy, which is a nudie pink. So it's there. So that's Airy Fairy, and then that's number 14. So for higher end lipsticks, my favorite have been MAC Ravishing. Looks like that. And I know it looks orange, but this is surprisingly wearable. That's it there. I love this color. And then my second favorite was Pink Nouveau by MAC. Looks like that. It's just a pink. It's a cool tone pink. It looks bright, but it's wearable as well. And it looks good on pretty much all skin tones. Alright, so that's it for makeup products. I have hair products, but I'm going to put those in a separate video because this video is just running way too long and my battery is running out. So, see you in the next video. Bye!